Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today we are using yet another item from my stash that I haven't used in a long time, my fringe scissors. So in this card, I had an idea in my head of what I wanted it to look like. However, the execution, it didn't play out as you'll see. I did leave the bloopers in because my thought process was different than reality. And I think that that sometimes happens to all of us, but it's hard to like keep it in check when you see people producing all these beautiful things and you're like, "Oh, look, they did all this beautiful stuff," but then you don't see all this stuff behind the scenes where they either do trial and error like I'm basically doing here. I am making that line on the back of the card so I won't have to erase it. And these pieces of cardstock were just scraps from my stash. I actually think it might be from a pack of paper, of 4x6 paper from my scrapbooking days. They were supposed to be meant for like layering photos in your scrapbook or whatever. But since I no longer really scrapbook, I decided to use them for card making. And I am cutting the fringe on an angle here. So the idea is that I'm going to layer up these pieces, and then the blue piece is also going to be fringe cut, but not at the same angle. It's going to be straight across because I don't know. The thought process and the reality didn't come together for this card. I don't know. I guess I thought it would look much cooler than it really did. But because I already had the fringe scissors out and I was already playing around, yeah, here's me trying to see, like, fix that angle that I cut it on. Yeah, no, it didn't work. So got to start over because that's a mess. Good thing I had another piece of paper, another piece of cardstock in a similar color, because here we go again. So I realized what I had to do was I couldn't cut with the scissors straight. I had to basically follow the line. So like there you see me taking the scissors right up to the line and cutting. Because if you try to go straight, then you end up with that giant disaster that I did last time. And that is not what we want. We don't want a giant disaster. So this is more the look that you can achieve. Could I have done something different? Obviously. But was I happy with the results? Yes. And don't mind me bumping into the camera there. Whoopsie. All right. So we're going to make sure that this is the right size for a card panel because this is basically going to be our card base. And we're just going to do a little fringe cut in here. I hate when I forget to measure the pieces first and then they're too big and I have to trim them afterwards. That annoys me so much. But unfortunately, because I don't, check the details very often, it happens to me far too frequently. And here we are layering these up. Could I have done more layers? Yes. Do I want this to be a card that I could put in the mail? Abso-freaking-lutely. So now we're putting double-sided tape on it. And this is a relatively fast card if you remove the blooper section, because, I felt like leaving the bloopers in. But yes, it was a quick card, and it's pretty interesting. I feel like a kid would probably get a kick out of it, or any adult person too, because fringe is pretty cool. So we're going to tape this all together, layering it up. And I do try to make sure that the layers are very precise at the top so you don't see any of the other color underneath of it. And there we go. It's all set. And I'm off screen for some reason. What am I doing? All right, there we go. It's on a card base and everything. Look at that. And because I can't help myself, we're going to do another one. Yeah, there's going to be another card. Just you wait and see. So this one is going to be different colors, of course. This one I decided to do more of like, I don't know, like a fall type of outdoorsy type of color scheme, maybe. I don't know. Masculine, maybe. I don't know. I just found some colors and I was like, these look good. Let's try these. I have a whole like cabinet full of 12x12 cardstock. And I was like, oh, there's lots of textured stuff in here because, of course, the 12 by 12 cardstock is all left over from when I used to scrapbook. And so this is a different take on the same type of card. We're going to cut all 3 of these panels on at different lengths, but at the same like angle basically, so that when I layer them, it's like fringe on top of fringe, but not just straight down, it's on an angle. I could have done it straight across, but I decided to do this on an angle. And there I am, like making sure my measurements look appropriate. Very precise, right? All right, so here we go. Those are the colors that I decided to do. The brown, the tan, and the red. I think they're probably all old Stampin' Up! Ones. Don't ask me the colors because it's been a very long time since I've done any stuff with actual Stampin' Up! Stuff. So I have no idea what the colors are. But I thought they looked good, and it was more of a masculine, outdoorsy, wintry looking card, in my opinion. But here we go, doing the cutting apparently off screen because I suck at staying in screen. There we go. There's layer 1. And like I said, I did draw that line on the back of the card so I would know how high up to cut so it'd be uniform. And then I wouldn't have to try to erase anything because this cardstock is like textured on the front. So I didn't want to have to try to erase on the textured cardstock. So drawing the line on the back seemed like a good solution to me. And these are really easy, ways to add visual interest to your card because as you're seeing here, this is sped up a little bit, but not horribly. I feel like you could probably make this in like less than 5 minutes if you had scraps of cardstock. Just one card, obviously, because this was 2 cards and it's sped up a little bit, but it still had bloopers and everything in it because, once you see somebody else make the mistake, you don't have to make the same mistake. But here's the cards with some sentiments that I snagged from my sentiment bucket. Let me know which one is your favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and go ahead and check out some of these other videos that we have to enjoy, and come back soon to see what else we're up to, because I'm still using my whole stash in September. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.